Hey guys, welcome back to Umineko. It's been a couple days, huh? The relatives apparently all wanted to be alone after dispersing for a short break. I don't even remember what's going on. Okay, anyway, since everyone avoided the parlor, the one place where people would normally gather, Rosa was able to have this relaxing and comforting room all to herself. That didn't mean she looked relaxed. Her expression was happy with gloom and weariness. The cup of black tea that she had brought from the dining hall had gone cold. In a pleasant silence, knowing that no one was in sight, Rosa's heart finally awoke. She was always treated like a kid in the conferences with her three siblings. She had no influence at all, but possibly because of that, she was apparently considered to be a neutral party. The siblings would often ask for her agreement, sometimes even treating her like a referee or a judge. I have to make use of that and turn the discussion in the direction I want. I have to find almost 100 million yen by March. That was supposed to be my greatest commitment, a burden I bore to help support that man's business. Now I'm not sure anymore. If I can pay off my debt, he will call me again. Don't make me laugh. Even if you do contact me after all this time, I'll be the one to refuse. But still, you're Mariah's father. Please come and see her, if only just once. Love is quite a difficult thing to stick to, isn't it? Huh? Woohoo, hoo-hoo. Though no one should have been in the parlor, someone suddenly spoke to Rosa and she jumped. Just when did he get there? Kenan could be seen standing there, even considering that she had been deep in thought to think that she hadn't noticed him at all. You startled me. Sorry, I guess I was thinking so hard I didn't notice you. Do you need something? No, the reason you are currently in pain is because of love, Rosama. Am I wrong? That's sudden. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Mariah, someone's father wanted you to be the co-signer of it alone, and you accepted Rosama. What a troublesome kid. You were listening to Cross Nissan from the hallway, weren't you? True, earlier this day in this very room, Cross had seen through to the fact that Rosa was bearing a massive debt because she'd become a co-signer on a loan. However, he hadn't said that the partner had been Mariah's father. Why did Kenan know so much? You are a very wise person, Rosa-sama. You wouldn't have become a co-signer without thinking carefully about the consequences. I hadn't yet moved to this family register, but I thought that man I would soon marry as my partner. If he couldn't borrow the money without my name, I figured that helping him out was my responsibility as his future wife. And did that future ever come? No, it hadn't. So afterwards, Rosa was always alone, and Mariah never had a father. However, time moved on. Nothing changed except that Mariah, who should have been a symbol of their union, just kept growing like a living hourglass, measuring the length of the hell Rosa had crawled through. Because of that, Mariah's growth hurt. It's ironic. I tried to forget that man several times. But forgetting him doesn't get rid of that debt. It was only natural. That's why she had to forget her love and do all she could to pay that money back. But I also think of it this way. If I can manage to pay everything off, it'll mean that I passed the trial of love that he gave me. I'll have to pay off my debt anyway, so how can I abandon my reward? The love I'll gain is a result before it's over. Is it really so wrong to put off thinking about that until after I paid my debts? It may have been a trick of words that only those who have suffered through love could understand. Even Rosa was vaguely aware of the possibility that she'd been deceived. However, if she was able to succeed in paying back the loan, he might acknowledge her usefulness as her wife. When that happened, she might be able to regain that love, and if she had abandoned that love, this debt, this trial that had been given her, would become completely meaningless. Yes, for her, the debt itself appeared to be a trial of love. Actually, the very fact that she tried to view it that way might have been the blindness of love, proof that she was still bound by her regrets and obsessed with the past. That pain still continued within her. At the very least, it would remain until she paid back that massive loan. And even then, it would take quite some time before she'd be able to lay her feelings for him to rest. Could this be that hell Kyrie someone spoke of? I see, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but there's no doubt that my world has been hell through and through. And how can that be put to an end? Who knows? If anyone did, no one would be crushed by the disease of love. That disease is a serious one and sometimes eats into a person for their entire life, spreading to and hurting the people closest to them. That disease was torturing her now as much as I ever had. Well, since you bring up Kairos on her story, it's like a wish or a dream to me. Through her, she had her man stolen from her, reserved for 18 years. She never failed to despair and continued to support Rudolph, keeping her head down and waiting for a miracle. Mariah is still 9 years old. I've only waited as long as the first half of Kyrie's 18 years. If I gave up after just this, she would laugh at me. Do you think a miracle will occur within 9 years? If I doubt that, it's all over. In a sense, I'm a ghost. I'm already dead. I'm just living on without noticing. A ghost waiting for eternity for a person who will never come. That's right. That day when I naively said that I wanted to support his dream, I was probably already dead. I guess it really was a regretful day in the end. I have dreams. I want to go overseas. I'll fly out this tiny country, make it big, and come back to you. That takes me back. At that time, I thought of lovers as a pair of people willing to acknowledge each other's radical dreams. That's why he would always happily cheer me up by talking about how to become a successful designer, traveling to Paris to release a new line, and getting jostled by the press. When I think about it, I really had my head in the clouds during that strange time. We both looked at the other up as though we were drifting about in the air. So when he said that he wanted to get out of Japan, I applauded him and promised to support him. Acknowledging each other's great dreams with nothing but words is a classic sort of pillow talk between lovers. However, when it comes to actually carrying them out, you need to be more serious and calculating. For the long time, I felt proud of letting him go on that day. No, I still do. But you still regret it. That's right. And if I had stopped and told him to stop on that day, I might not have fallen into hell. Seeing him off with a smile was my victory? Of course not. It's as though I lost by default by refusing to fight when the time came. I only glorified that loss, saw him off with a smile as he went to take on the world overseas, and became intoxicated with the illusion that I was some brave woman waiting patiently for her man's return with her daughter. Even though I didn't get a single call from him, and mail sent to the address he'd given me came back forwarding address unknown. This is hell. In this hell, I regret not fighting when I should have until the day I die. Yeah, I even dragged my daughter into it. I wish someone would just kill me. I want to be told that I've already been killed, that I'm a ghost. In love, if you do not fight, you have to crawl through hell. Yes, love is a fight. Will you win and gain, or lose and die? But please have no fear of death. After all, it's a peaceful sleep. It's truly terrifying. It's the hell where you find an unsleeping ghost of those who couldn't win yet couldn't die. The hell has no end. That battle of love is cruelest for those who have never fought, but weren't able to die either. So in love, you gotta make it or break it. Dying in battle like that is liberating. They say that one of torture's toxins for humans is made from love grown stale. The suffering it brings exceeds the tortures of the most twisted hells. She uses knowledge to try and embolden her double and little sister, encouraging her to take on any trial, no matter how fierce. I understand. After all, when my desire that Battler-san accept me one day wells up in my chest, I can feel the seed that resides there. It is up to me to kill that seed or make it a bud. However, if I let it rot here in my chest, that poison will surely torment me forever. And that is the most fearsome torture in the world, even for us 1,000-year-old witches. See what happens to those who make light of love? This hell of roses is what happens to those who do not possess the courage to make the seed of love bud and instead allow it to rot. One cannot end that pain by their own hands. Huh? Just now, was that a red light? Pardon me. Huh? What? Just now I thought I saw something strange. I wonder if I'm tired and it's probably just my imagination. Rosa picked up her cup of cold tea. When she did, she saw a small red rose petal fall to the surface. Hey, Rose. Hmm? I have heard that in your youth you loved to lie on that sofa. It was a rose petal. It was a drop of blood that had fallen from Rosa's eyes in an instant, cutting out beautifully and precisely cut just a single thread of Rosa's life. There was no wound on Rosa's body. However, several drops of blood dripped down from her eyes. Her pain, her uncertainties, and her worries were all gone now. Slowly she fell down onto her side on the sofa. This had been one of the happiest things she had done during the happiest days of her life. Sleep well, Rosa-sama, your hell has ended. Kitten took a blanket out of the cupboard and gently covered Rosa with it. To anyone, it would have looked just as though Rosa was sleeping peacefully. The demons had not exaggerated when calling this trial a battle of love. It was at least accurate on this cruel but unassailable fact that those who have their love shattered meet with death. Now my part is complete. Did you see that, demons? Damn. He said the same thing. You dare to kill my mama? You dare to kill my mama? Ah. One of the two great witches of Mirage, Sophia and Mariah, though she was just an apprentice, the power sleeping within her head impressed even Beatrice at the height of her strength. In Mariah's eyes, though Rosa may have been the Black Witch, she was also the vessel of the mother she couldn't help but love. Her anger at having that stolen from her was near madness. You dared to, mama, mama, mama. Yeah. Mariah's attack was too emotional. Because of this, she didn't notice that Kenan had vanished for several heartbeats. As she released her barrage at what had become empty space. In the meantime, Kenan jumped from wall to wall around Mariah's back. Huh? I don't want to kill my past quota. I don't want to kill past my quota, but I'll clean up the messes I've made. Who are you? What are you? Diplomatic immunity. I won't let you target Maria or me. Damn, the red curved blade extending from Kenan's hand vanished in an instant. He tried hard and make it reappear, but when he had attempted to use it on Mariah and Secretario again, it vanished once more. Because of Secretario's power, he was unable to make either of them the target of his attacks. There you are. How long have you been there? Who are you? I won't let anyone bully Mariah. Damn it. Mariah finally noticed where Kenan was, as she had slowly turned around. Kenan made his sword materialize yet again. But no matter how often he tried, it kept fitting out like a flashlight with a bad battery. I won't let you get away now. I won't forgive you for the sin of stealing my mama away. I'll kill you. Just like mama killed all of them, I'll kill you without mercy. As Mariah held, the entire parlor was surrounded by a cube of red magic barriers. It was a closed room symbolizing a barrier that Kenan could never escape. Damn it! Not here. Kenan cursed his bad luck. Even though he had fulfilled his goal in the demon's trial, if he was killed here, he'd be jacked off the game board. Mariah, don't overdo it. Yeah, I won't overdo it. It'll be a little more gentle than Mama was. Huh? Who is it? Who is it? Pardon me, Mariah-sama. In accordance with the contract with Zephyr-sama and Frifur-sama, I come for your life. Shannon, don't get in my way! It's pointless, Shannon. I won't let anyone target Mariah. Yes, I don't intend to target her in any way. I will simply protect myself. A cylindrical red magical barrier surrounded Shannon as she stood in the center of the parlor. She made her brightness and thickness grow, and its radius suddenly expanded, filling up the room. It was a targeting Mariah. This power was being wielded to protect Shannon's body, so Secretary's power didn't make it disappear. Nissan, would you let your feelings familiarly collapse in a situation like this? Get a hold of yourself. Ugh. But now as the show of Shannon at the center had covered up the entire room, its power crushed Mariah and Secretary to the corner. Ironically, they were perfectly wedged between Shannon's barrier and the closed room barrier Mariah had set up to prevent Kenan from escaping. No good. Can't escape. I see this as a closed room. This might just be perfect for that wannabe detective who's trying to deny Pito's magic. Checkmate, Mariah-sama. Is that acceptable? Yeah, it's fine. Crush me. Then here it comes. The entire room was filled with the red light of the shield, and the output and pressure was raised to their limits. Then, crushed between the shield and their own closed room barrier, Mariah and Secretary lost their forms, scattered into a golden splash, and disappeared. Thank you. I couldn't afford to disappear here. If you lost at a place like this, you wouldn't be able to let it go. Yeah, I wouldn't give up if I lost at a place like this. Zipar Sama for first Sama. We have both finished our trials. Is that satisfactory? Yeah, truly splendid. No complaints for either of you. Then shall we finish with Beatrice's turn? Oh, where does she go? The victim, she chose it, of course. Then let's go there as well. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a few minute break here. Okay, next week could be seen in her personal room. Cross had told her to go to bed, but she couldn't afford to lie around sleeping on an important day like this. However, she realized that she was the type to get excited easily, and that it sometimes held her husband back. So, although she didn't like it one bit, there was something. It was probably close to the time for the break to end, and the family conference would begin once again in the dining hall. Her husband would have to protect her, showing me a family and honor from those greedy siblings all by himself. If she grew emotional by his side, she would just tie him down, though she knew that quietly waiting here was the best way she could support him, and that didn't make the waiting any easier. Natsuhi pulled a small treasure box out of the drawer. This was her secret box. Inside was everything from valuable items to mere rubbish. However, they were all precious, memorable treasures in Natsuhi's eyes. She pulled a small pouch out of the box. She stuck her hand inside it. It was the kind of charm that her own family had given her when she had married. A spirit mirror to ward off evil. Her own face was reflected in it. Youth doesn't last forever. Recently, she had seen a bit of her parents and grandparents on her own face. So by staring at the reflection in a mirror like this, she felt as though her soul had returned to the family she had been born into. Dad, Mom, I've always been so ignorant and unable to support my husband. Of course, her face in the mirror did not answer. However, Natsuhi continued. I wait here alone because I love my husband. However, I think love means being close to one another. Though I understand logically that staying here is the best way I can help him, I still feel wretched for doing it. It's tough, isn't it, waiting for the sake of love? With a plop, and a tear fell into the mirror. Oh, dear memories of her life at her parents' house rose up inside her. Now was the time for her to follow her parents' example. When her father had come home late, her mother would always sit up straight waiting for him, prepared for him to arrive at any moment. She would always wait for him kneeling in the entrance. And no matter how late he had come home, she would always wake up all the children in line and to greet him. At the time, I only thought of her as a sibling exceptionally strict. Being exclusively strict, okay. At this time, I finally was unable to... shit. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. At the time, I only thought of her as being exceptionally strict, but at this age, I finally understand how strong she was, preserving in her love for her beloved husband, even after being left in charge of the house while he was out. Because of your love for your husband, you couldn't bear to be made to care for an unfamiliar child. The sudden voice made Natsuhi jump up and look about the room. When she did, there was a Western lady wrapped in an extravagant dress. Who are you? Natsuhi was confused. There was no one like this in this mansion. However, though this was her first time seeing this person, it felt as though she had seen her somewhere else. Her mind had gone blank with anger at the ruffian who had stuck into her private room and confusion over the appearance of someone she didn't know, so it took quite some time before she realized that this was the witch with the portrait. Though you murdered a baby you didn't know on that day 19 years ago, I will not hold that sin against you. What are you talking about? Bito had chosen Natsuhi as her sacrifice. She was Battler's enemy. Bito didn't know much about the details of Battler's birth. However, she knew about the fragment from the previous game, and knew there was a chance that Battler was the baby that Natsuhi had pushed off a cliff 19 years ago. Battler had used his blue wedge to protect Natsuhi from certain false charges, but if he took it as a confession by Battler himself, then from Bito's position, Natsuhi was an enemy, probably forced Battler to live a painful life. You killed that baby who left your husband's blood for the sake of your love for your husband. So also for the sake of love, I will not hold it against you. I don't have a clue what you're talking about. Get out. This is my room. Therefore, please do not hold it against me when I kill you for the sake of my love. Beato slowly stuck out her arms and made it as if to grasp an empty space. That grab bound itself around Natsuhi's neck. Natsuhi's heel lifted up and a faint purple shape appeared around her neck. Natsui frantically scratched at her neck, trying to stop whatever was strangling her, but there was nothing there. So to an outsider, it looked as though Natsui was standing on her toes in anguish, scratching at her own neck. Both pairs of lovers have shown their determination. I do not think that my love for Battle-Sun is inferior to theirs. Just as I will not blame you for the sin 19 years ago, I will not blame myself for this sin. As Natsui twisted in agony, something she had been grasping fell from her grip. Instead of falling by her feet, Beato dropped her gaze to see what it was. It was Natsui's spirit mirror. When she peered into it, there's a sound like a burst of electricity. That sound released Natsui from the invisible hands, and it made Beato topple backwards like a doll. Coughing, Natsui tried to comprehend what was going on around her. Beato rolled over and dizzy as though she had just bumped her head. She slowly tried to stand up. Her eyes were bewildered as though she didn't even really understand what had happened. What is this? That is surprising. You could touch spiderwebs without trouble, but can't handle the spirit mirror? Even I don't have a clue what's happening. What in the world? She had thought that only Beato the Elder possessed non-human weak points, such as getting burned by spiderwebs and wars and having their powers sealed by spirit mirrors. However, for some reason, the spirit mirror alone could apparently affect Beato as well. Even Beato could understand what about the spirit mirror having such an What about the mirror had such an overpowering effect on her? Okay. But Natsui was different. She instantly realized that the reason for the hesitation of this unearthly being, the witch of the portrait, must be the power of the mirror. She rapidly crawled across the floor and picked it up. Then she stuck it out so Beato could see it. Beato still didn't know what was happening, so still sitting down, she looked straight at it. And this time, both of them understood the situation completely. Beato realized that the mirror was working some hateful power against her, and Natsui realized that the spirit mirror had the power to repel witches. Gugh. Why is this mirror? It's because you're an evil witch. This miraculous spirit mirror repels all creatures of evil. Don't point it at me. With the spirit mirror still held out, Natsui cautiously closed the gap between them. She was cautious as to prevent the other from suddenly lashing out and stealing the mirror, but she steadily moved to the corner of this evil. I did not know who you are. All I know is that you tried to kill me. And I know what you are, a creature of evil, fearful of the spirit mirror, begone, evil one. Beato didn't understand what was happening herself. She didn't know why she had to fear the spirit mirror. However, when she turned to look at the bright light lit up by the spirit mirror, it pierced her eyes. Though she didn't understand why she must be afraid, she did understand that she must be afraid. By now, Beato realized that spirit mirror was both terrifying and harmful. As it came closer to her, she felt an increasingly strong and painful burning sensation over her whole body, and as though someone was approaching her with a hot iron. She couldn't even open her eyes because of the mirror's bright, painful glance. Go return to the world from whence you came, evil one. I assure me and Natsui do not fear evil in the least. It's no use. Why is this supposed to be mirror so? If I lose here, I'll be the only one to fill this trial. Just like George told his Shin and son and Jessica and Kennen. I also want Battle-Sun to acknowledge me and treasure me. And even though I finally managed to be honest with myself at a place like this, all I alone will be. Are you giving up? Only you? Believe a miracle of love will surely occur. I love Battle-Sun. I want him to notice me, and I want him to acknowledge and accept my feelings. If my reason for calling him father and dedicating myself to him was out of duty towards a parent of mine, I would have been satisfied with no reward. That was a deception I used to fool myself. I love Battle-Sun, and I want him to acknowledge it. I accept it. I won't return it away any longer. If I was born because I love Battle-Sun, and I want him to love me back. And so I cannot lose here. Begone, evil one. There's no place for you here. Her determination had come too late. If she had had it from the start, she probably had managed to finish Natsui off right then without any fear. Because she wavered, it had taken time to kill Natsui and things had ended up like this. But now I am resolved. I want to love Battler's son. I want him to love me. And so I cannot lose here. After all, I was born for Battler's son's sake. Yes, that is what we wanted to hear. Just up there, it sounded like a beetle banging out the walls filled the room. The spirit mirror was knocked out of Natsui's outstretched hand. It fell to the floor, and the stick flying around the room pierced through it with a crash. Lucifer pride right here. You dare mock me by choosing a single old mirror to be my first target in so long? Huh? Lucifer's son. Beatrice, you must complete your trial. She's getting away. Someone help me! Someone! In that spirit mirror, her last ray of hope had been smashed, and the number of strange demons had increased. Natsui could do nothing but run for it. However, if she made a scene and people gathered, the Entente magic toxic would burn Bito. Now was her last chance. Thank you, Lucifer's son. Prepare yourself, Ushami and Natsuhi. Once again, Bito choked the thin air. This time she wouldn't let her escape. She had to end Natsui's pain right away before it got too drawn out, but her power wasn't enough. Though Natsui scratched at her neck, she also struggled to escape from the room. Her shaking hand stretched out to the lock on the door. A closed room is one of the concepts that allows a witch to be a witch. Just unlocking the door strengthened the anti-magic toxin a little. Since Bito was at her limit, even within a closed room, if Natsui undid that lock, Bito's power would weaken immediately, and Natsui would surely escape into the hallway. Their strengths were matched. However, Natsui began to suppress Bito slightly. The power of the living to live is fundamentally stronger than the power of magic. Of course, Bito was mustering all her might. However, Natsui was just a bit stronger. That's enough, Lucifer. Do it. As you wish. Lucifer transformed into a stick, and like the time she had smashed Natsui's spirit mirror, flew violently around the room. Then she struck Natsui's forehead. Natsui crumpled slowly. But Bito saw that she also fell to her knees, breathing hard. Hey, Zipar, does this count? Beatrice didn't complete the trial by her own strength alone, right? That's right, for her true, this trial must be accomplished without barring the help of any other. But maybe this is an exception? A pair in love are as one. This doesn't count itself on the outside. But Battler's son. Did you really have to scare me like that as soon as the first twilight? My apologies. Sorry I didn't listen to your instructions. Instructions? Well, I didn't stay in my room. Bito hung her head apologetically when he saw this. Battler scratched his head uncomfortably. In that case, I should apologize too. I should have chosen my words more carefully. No, you did nothing wrong, Father. It's okay, call me whatever you like. Huh? The Battler had always looked at the new Beatrice sternly. However, that was gone from his expression now. True, the old you may have called me just Battler. At first, I might have tried to force you to speak to me that way, but then that would be pointless. You are Bito, but you're still you. You could call me whatever you want. Battler's son. Sure, that works great. Scary being called Father is really my thing. Yes, earlier she had hesitated just to say Battler's name at all. If Battler had told her to say his name without honorific, she couldn't have done so right now. And even if she had, that might have hurt Battler even more. However, now she was allowed to call Battler by his name. You just had to look into her eyes to see how happy this made her. I heard from Zepar and Prefer. It seems a strange game has been started. Yes, sorry for getting involved all on my own. No problem. Not reckless while you leap in before you understand it's really like you. And now I heard about the theme of this game. Apparently you're supposed to play in it in pairs. Yes, that's correct, Lord Battler. If you get succeed in winning through our trial, we will bless the pair of you and bestow a miracle of magic upon you. It seems these guys have been given their power to Bito's golden butterfly brooch. That means its effectiveness is guaranteed. We've been stuck with each other for a long time now. Nothing's wrong with playing this sort of game every now and then. Battler's son. Oh, did you hear that, Prefer? It looks like Lord Battler is joining in as well. That's no surprise. After all, we know since the beginning. Welcome to our trial, Lord Battler. So who will your sacrifice be? I've already done my part. Go and check if you want. Very well, Lord Battler. Come, Prefer. Let's go check. Yes, let's. But Zipar, this means that all 6 lovers have succeeded in their trials, right? What should we do next? They resolve that all 6 is the real deal. Let us test them further in the next trial. The 2 noisy demons disappeared. They had apparently left to go check out the sacrifice Battler had killed, and also so that Battler and Beto could finally look at each other in the eye and talk of some time alone. What do you think of the tale so far? When suddenly asked this question, Angie immediately came to her senses. Then she realized that she hadn't been immersed in Hachicho's tale. She had felt a bit defeated and tried to look displeased. He cleverly tried to distract us with this love trial stuff, but exactly 6 people have died, sitting up the first twilight. Impressive. Oh, you're right. I hadn't realized. Akusa had clapped his hands as though he had been outsmarted. Even though he figured it out before me, he played the fool. That's simply because the numbers of lovers just happened to be 6. The fact that I matched the number of the first twilight was half a coincidence, half design. It's a bit more interesting that way. It feels more like fate. Humans have the bad habits of taking 2 meaningless phenomena and trying to link them together. Trying to make things seem as like fate is a trick of books. I guess you aren't a fan of Destiny and Miracles, lady. It's like UFOs. Everyone knows about them, but no one has ever seen them. That's a cool metaphor. So, normally I try to skip all over the love and illusion to call them unnecessary, useless scenes the mystery. But Okanogi-san disagreed with that sort of thinking. He thought that by looking at things without love that way, the truth could never be reached. Oh, you mean President Okanogi's catchphrase, without love it cannot be seen. Yeah, that. If I put my anger aside at the person who killed my family in the story, and he may speak with the respect for Madame Hachijo and the one who wrote this tale, then there must be a point to this depiction. After all, she's used up all these pages talking about love and trials. In other words, those are the themes and key words of this tale. Oh, and there are many who claim that all words not written in red ink are not worth reading. It is an honor, child and man, that you have read the black letters as well. Stories are written because the writer has something they want to communicate, and some writers feel like this unrefined to lay everything out too directly. All of this had about how you'll never reach the truth without love has shown up many times in works before this one. The new work makes it even more striking. It means that this is one thing the writer wanted to tell the most. Thing that they want us to think about the most. When you think about it, there may have been many scenes about love ever since Beto first appeared. Even though the first time she appeared before Shannon, she spoke clearly about how love was the single element of the world, and the golden butterfly brooch she had given was also an item for love. She had said that she enjoyed sowing seeds of love and watching complications arise, and when Shannon stopped borrowing her power, the reason for her argument was also love. After her interaction with Battler started up in full, scenes that love would tone down for a while, but without love it cannot be seen. Definition of magic has been mentioned repeatedly. Then in the tale right before this one, when Beto became like a doll, several scenes made it seem almost as though Battler and Beto had accepted each other as rivals, or possibly something more. In the end, Battler had regained some memory, and his impression of Beto had undergone a complete change. And then in this game, from the beginning until now, the word love has been repeated over and over again. The tale you wrote keeps talking about love. However, that's not Mariah Onichion's viewpoint or Beatrice's viewpoint. It's Hachijo Toya's viewpoint. Correct. This is what I wanted to tell. And it is my own sort of answer. Answer? Then all of the crimes 12 years ago were a trial of love started by strange demons? Ridiculous. I didn't come here to read a romance novel you wrote. What I want to know is the truth you claim to have reached. Foolish child, oh man, after reading all this, do you still not understand? With an obviously condescending gaze, Hachijo shrugged. It was clear that she was trying to provoke Anne. She was probably hinting that Anne should just go home if she was annoyed. If you're going to read my noble work and not even attempt to see whether you understand it, then get out. Normally, Anne would already have thrown a fit and left. However, she couldn't do that. Though she didn't like someone else toying with her family's fate in the story, she was growing increasingly certain of something else as she read through it. Just as Hachijo's followers said, this tale really does have the same presence, the same scent as the tales written by Beatrice. The author was certainly different. However, because it reaches the real truth, it had the same scent. Anne was beginning to acknowledge this. Hachijo Toya was the one who reached Beatrice's truth, an endless witch like Beatrice who could add to the endlessly stretching parallel worlds of the cat box. If one has reached Beatrice's truth, they can create a new tale, whoever they are. With this new manuscript, I'm sure someone besides myself will appear and reach the truth. Those people will be qualified to create new tales of their own. So there will be more and more endless switches. Yes, and these many endless switches will add to Beatrice's cat box tale. The more they add to it, the more people will reach the truth. When that happens, the very first endless switch, Beatrice will finally be rewarded for writing such long letters, packing them in bottles, and throwing them into the sea. You might have yelled at me angrily and risen from your seat. However, you did not. Why? I hate to admit it, but I'm starting to think that your tale has some kind of truth or hint within it. I've already had my own ideas. However, that's no more than looking with a single eye. Unless I accept a different viewpoint from my own and look at things from more than one angle, I'll never be able to see the truth in 3 dimensions. That's my interpretation of without love it cannot be seen. Very well, child of a man. Perhaps as the final survivor they showed me a family, it was fated that you would find the truth and become an endless witch. I exist only as a guidepost to awaken you as a true successor, and Beatrice. Sometimes I don't understand what she's saying. However, she knows something, and maybe she actually has reached the truth as she claims. In other words, I didn't learn the truth even after reading the 2 message bottles Beatrice left behind, and I'm now reading tale after tale filled with hints. So these hints are challenges provoking me to think. Indeed. Perfect. I'll find the truth you say you've reached. It's a good thing I came here. That it is. I invited you here because you hadn't found it yet, child of man. Let the truth I see and the truth you see overlap, just as you see things with a single eye, so do I. Now that I found you, I can finally see the truth with both eyes. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take another few minute break here. Okay, so the first Twilight has finally happened. Everything so far is going to be so sleepy. You have some sleep in your eye. How? Where? Mind your own business. As you wish. Let's begin. First off, the first Twilight. Well, I just took a few minute break, and now I'm going to end the video here. Yeah. I like to end it whenever I see a clock, because it's a good stopping point. If you guys never noticed. I didn't expect it to come up though, and I just took a few minute break, so yeah. Okay guys, well, like I said, I normally have shorter videos during the weekdays like this, because, I record later in the night, and I gotta be at work in the morning. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited to see what happens next time, and I'll see you guys then.